just...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We got Madi, Maxx, and Wilson going up against Gringo, Tigra, and Foxy Roxy.
Get me straight on the rules here. Now,
what do you mean?
Is it going to be Madi, Maxx, and Foxy Roxy? Do they have to be in at the same time, or is it anyone for themselves?
It's every woman and man for themselves. And why is Roxy checking her partner? Now, let me tell you something about Foxy Roxy. In the A.K.A, she basically turned on the Beach Bum. She is no longer a fan favorite, and it seems like that's the same way in Nrll. There's the bell.
But honey, I saw you in there getting everybody stirred up.
What is the microphone?
Oh, that's not the mic.
The bell.
Hey, here, let me see your mic real quick, Evan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the bell dinged 4 times, because that's how we roll here in the Nrll. As you see, Madi, Maxx gonna start it off with Gringo, Tigra. Madi, Maxx looking kind of hot in those shorts. I have to say that myself.
Honey, but can you be professional? The match hasn't even barely started.
What do you mean professional?
I am here to call a wrestling match.
Okay.
It is not a...
You're going to tell me she does not look... Anyways, let's get back to the matchup.
See it. I'm so blinded by the silver.
Yeah.
Blinded by the silver.
All right, Tom. Well, let's talk about these athletes for a second. I mean, Madi, Maxx, one of the greatest women in the independents at this time. Not only in the Mid-Atlantic, she's all around the United States. Wilson, also up and down the East Coast. Any federation you'll see Wilson there. As Foxy Roxy has wrestled for TNA Wrestling, tryouts for Ring of Honor, all up and down East Coast, and currently on the main roster for the A.K.A. Now, Gringo, Tigra, that's all you. I'm not too much sure about this gentleman.
Well, I'll tell you this. Gringo Tigra comes to this match with size, and he looks like he wants to set this thing up with a test of strength.
And they got the "You Can't Wrestle" chant going on. It looks like this crowd here in Greensboro a little hype.
It seems a little premature for Wilson.
A little premature for Wilson.
Yeah, why is he saying that he can't wrestle? Okay, there we are. A quick tag.
That's a tag. But look, women versus women. Foxy Roxy's normally in there with the men. Look at that. Right to the breadbasket now. Roxy's got Madi up against the corner. Oh, what a chop, Tom. Oh, he's going to give her a clean break. Yeah, right. Another chop.
I think that was a clean break, Mahoney. Don't jump to conclusions.
Yeah, jump to conclusions like jumping hoops. Here we go now. Big right hand. Down goes Madi, Maxx. Those right hands of Foxy Roxy's can out-top any man's. Believe me, I've took one.
Mahoney, let's try to keep yourself out of the action. Let's let the wrestlers do the wrestling.
Yeah, well, it seems in...
Now, it looks to me like a closed fist.
Wait a minute, the referee's being distracted as Maxx is being choked by Gringo in the corner. That's not okay, Tom.
I didn't see that. I was trying to get a look at what the referee was working with.
You're just a piece of art, Tom. As you see now, the choke, but Foxy is a ring veteran. She knows she has to the count of 5 to break the hold. And wait a minute, Madi, just gets hair pulled down.
All right, so Mahoney, if you have to the count of 5, can't you just take your hand off the hair and then put it back on for another 5?
I mean, technically you can, but why would you do that? That's called cheating, as she's now raking the opponent over the rope.
Using the rules that are there for you.
It's called bending the rules, Tom.
I prefer the system in England where you have 3 public warnings, then a disqualification scene.
3 public warnings.
Sometimes in North Carolina, they're not as sophisticated.
Yeah, I would say, Mr. Tuxedo Tom. As we see now, Madi's all up in the corner. Madi's in trouble, Tom. If she don't shake the cobwebs off right now, this match could end soon.
Well, Wilson has been so busy chanting, he's not helping his partner at all.
Well, I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's cheering his partner on so she can make a comeback. Oh, look at that beautiful teamwork as they had her in an arm wringer and go straight to work on that elbow.
Now, this is an interesting luchador here, this Tigra.
Yeah, Gringo Tigra now in there with Madi. Oh, nice amateur wrestling takedown, floats over to a front face lock.
Mahoney, I don't want to refer to this Tigra as Gringo Tigra. I thought we buried the G word.
What are you talking about? Buried what G word?
The
Gringo. Oh, that
I don't like to use the G word when I'm talking about the match.
Oh, I'm sorry, the G word. Well, that's his name.
Let's call him Tigra.
Tigra, I'm sorry. Tigra finally gave a clean break to Madi after a beautiful amateur-style wrestling from Tigra. Tigra now turns her around. Oh, what's he going to do? Referee saying back out of the corner.
This referee looks a little low energy.
Low energy? Well, he might have had a few sandwiches before the match. Wait a minute. Snapmare, nicely done. Madi's in trouble now. Almost like a sleeper. Rear chin lock applied. He's checking for the choke. Not a choke. Legal move there, Tom. Legal move. But what Madi has to do, Tom, is she needs to get back on her feet, shake the cobwebs off, and tag Wilson.
I don't even know if Wilson came here to wrestle.
Why do you keep saying that? Here we go. Madi, jawbreaker comes in, shoulder right into the rib cage, backs him all the way up, and look at Madi go, Tom. Madi fires back with forearm after forearm. Oh! And the momentum has been sliced by Tigra.
I think he's just got her outsized.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, big boot.
They've done a good job of keeping the action in their corner.
I agree with that. Isolate your opponent in your corner. Cut that ring off. That is great physical psychology.
Close fist there, Mahoney. How do you justify that?
Well, I'm not justifying anything.
The referee's got to get in there, make sure there's open hand blows.
Yeah, well, Foxy's doing what she can do to cheat. Wait a minute, whips her in. Here comes Madi, ducks it underneath, comes back. Oh, she backed right into Wilson. Wilson gets the tag, House of Fury. And the crowd goes crazy. Look at Wilson go. Whips her in, Wilson's on fire, back elbow, comes back, big clothesline. He might have her. Oh, hand on the ropes. Now, what kind of action? This is great.
But Mahoney, she really knows Foxy did a good job. She withstood an assault from Wilson, was smart enough to know where that ring rope was, and she got a tag in to boot.
That's ring awareness, Tom, and you got to know it if you're a veteran.
Wilson may have used up the entirety of his offense.
I agree.
Because it looks to me now, Tigra back in control, using that height, using that leverage.
That he is, Tom.
It's like he's working a body part, Mahoney.
Yep. And it's great that you called that, Tom, because when Wilson come in like a house of fire, he come for that clothesline, and it almost looked like he hyperextended that shoulder, which Tigra is capitalizing on. Good call. Finally.
I think a lot of people don't understand, Mahoney. I don't know how much of a sportsman you are, but when you lose your shoulder, when your shoulder pops out, you lose a lot of your equilibrium.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep balance. I don't think
hold on. How do you... Your equilibrium is in your head.
Mahoney, watch the match.
Yeah. That's a tag. Maxx back in now. Fires the forearm shots against Tigra.
Mahoney, she took a beating before, but she looks like she has a little left.
Yeah, but
she's using some of that acrobatic ability.
Oh, she missed. She undershot that and hit the corner hard. Oh, I thought Tigra had her. Now, Tom, Maddie's been in there for half the match. Why would Wilson tag her back in immediately? He may be hurt. That shoulder may be injured. Oh, big vertical suplex. She reverses it. Snap suplex. One.
Tigra kicks on. Tigra was trying to get the most out of that suplex, holding it longer so the blood would rush into her head. But the thing is, he made it hold it a little too long. He's let this match turn around.
I tell you what, though, what a first matchup we're seeing. If this is what is to come later on this evening, we're in for one heck of a show.
I got to agree with you on this one, Mahoney. So far, there's been bursts by Wilson.
Yeah, well, see, Wilson right back to the tag. Chris tags, keep the fresh man in, but I don't think that's really smart. She needs the rest. She was in the matchup for about 6 minutes. Nice clip on the leg there. But do you think that she's still got enough to get the job done, Tom?
I think that this team works best if they operate in spurts, if they tag out a little bit more rapidly.
Oklahoma roll. 1, 2. Oh, nice Oklahoma roll by Maddie Maxx. Maddie on the offense.
Maddie. She's wishing that referee got there just a skosh sooner, because it looked like she had him down there.
Come on now.
And she's not going to be able to match power with Tigra.
She's not. I agree with that. She's probably dropping a good 120 pounds at Tigra. Big scoop slam. And the crowd erupts on that scoop slam.
Mahoney, now, are they allowed to be on the top rope?
Yes, this is not Bill Watts era. They're allowed to be on the top rope. Okay. Oh, Tigra just got you-know-what in the you-know-where. You know.
Well, that'll have you singing soprano beyond your age.
Look at this. Trish Stratus like Hurricanrana from the top. Almost like a Stratisfaction. Beautifully done.
He took every bit of that blow in his upper back.
That he did, and landed near on his dang head. Now, the thing is, does Maddie have enough time to make that tag, or does Tigra have enough to make the tag?
Maddie's a little closer to her corner.
But see, this ring seems to be smaller than what we're used to. There's a tag. There's a tag to Wilson. Big clothesline. Wilson, house of fire. Nice big elbow. To the bread basket. Swinging neck breaker. No! Knee lift. Shades of Mr. Wrestling 2. All right, Tom.
Wilson going on the top.
Wilson going for the moonsault. No, wait a minute. He turns around. All the way to the top. What's he going to do? Wilson, frog splash, nobody home.
He might have torn a knee ligament on that one.
I agree with you, Tom. Not many times has that happened that I do right now. DDT, that's it. Wait a minute, Maddie's back in. Maddie's back in.
She's not the legal wrestler.
No, she's not. Oh, she's going for a Hurricanrana. She got caught in a power driver position. Oh, head scissor takeover.
She reversed it.
Yes, she did, Tom. Good call. And Maddie's excited. Foxy comes in and blocks that. Almost got through into the ref. She goes on the second rope.
Mahoney, don't spike the football till you got to cross the goal line.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. He's going for a lariat. He ducks it. Wilson's stuck here. Butterfly in the arms. Foxy comes through. Tries the small package. 1, 2, 3. She got him. Foxy Roxy on TV.
And your winners, Foxy Roxy and Gringo Tigra.
Testing 1, 2. Okay, looks like
Jim, we got Tom going out there to get the action. Let's see what's going on.
Get to work with you. Pulled it out. Congratulations on the match. You seem very angry with this team. Where does this animosity come from?
For one, I appreciate another girl coming in my territory.
Hang on, Foxy. We can say that was a great match, right, folks? Good competition. Congratulations on the victory. But you know, it's okay. Good competition, right?
You call that competition? You call that competition? That is a dumb, blonde bimbo and her little geeky boyfriend. That's no competition.
Okay. Well, folks, we'll be back for the next match. Foxy Roxy not impressed with the competition, but I think what we saw was a real good match, nice even match, and we got much more coming up in our LL fans.
I'll do those.